El Salvador. I'm quite sure you have heard this name for the little country anywhere in South America. It was really famous or became really famous in the last 1-2 years because they decided to build their state budget completely on Bitcoin. Personally, I would think it's a little bit dangerous, and in the first month they had big losses because the Bitcoin went down. But in the meantime, Bitcoin is up. It's around about $87,000, and now El Salvador is really happy. But my private opinion for the future could be a little bit dangerous, yeah. But for us, we are trend followers. We are the after successors of the turtle traders, the Dow traders, and I want to have a look with you together here on Bitcoin with our trend following glasses on our eyes, and we want to see what we can do on the right side. We don't make any analysis, yeah? We don't have to guess something or interpret to something. We want to exactly know at the right edge of the chart, do I have a chance to buy or to sell based on clear rules, in our case of our Dow rules. So first of all, the interesting part in Bitcoin is that we have two trends. So the first trend starts in June 2023. So I prepared this video, of course, for you. So therefore, I know that trend drawing basically is based on math. Don't start to do trend drawing like your personal perception, like this is the big trend, something like this. Trend drawing follows mathematical and logical principles. That's very important. So in Bitcoin, we start in June with the first trend arm, then the second one, and then the third one. Yeah, so that was the first one, that was the second one, that's now the third trend arm. And then we got stuck in a big correction. So people would say from February 2024 until November or October-November 2024, we were in a so-called sideways phase. What is a sideways phase? Yeah, you just have a perception about this. But a trend follower does not know any kind of sideways phase. For a trend follower, you are either in the move or in the correction. So actually, Bitcoin was in a big time-extended correction between February 2024 and November. It was just a correction. So the trend followers starts his trend or his position in this part around about beginning of February with this big breakout, had his stop loss here, and now look where the price is right now. So the trend follower who starts his trade when the correction of the second trend arm is deep in profit and still in profit because the correction ends here and had this big breakout here, and there actually is the last point 2. What you cannot see really clearly here right now is that we had some false breakouts here, which means we didn't find any buyers that were willing to buy this expensive price. So which means this trend, this uptrend who starts in June 2023 is still valid. And now we are in trend arm number 4, which means the trend follower could still make an entry, maybe round about here at whatever, $92,000. It's a good thing to speculate on a final breakout to the upper side. So the probability is still 67%. That's math. Trend following is pure math. You can learn it, by the way. So that's the first option you have. And now we come to the correction, because the correction is running in its own trend. And here we start also with a new downtrend as a correction at the last point 2. Because the false breakouts were, I must say, we have this move, this correction, and now we are here in the move, which means this is the last point 2, and here we go. My trend followers on Dow trading, they do trading with Bitcoin, they have the entry around about $80,000. Why? It's a perfect scenario with the full probability of 67% because we have a downtrend. It's the second correction, which means the first one, the first correction or the first entry point, you could make an entry. Here you cannot because there was a trend not valid, but now it is. So we just make a pending order in case the downtrend will continue, and then we are part of it. So here we can speculating of trend continuation also on the upper side. So the trend follower actually has two pending orders. One to speculate on a trend continuation and one to speculating on a trend continuation to the short side. Who cares which one will be successful? We are trend followers. We don't speculate. We don't interpret. We just follow the rules. So let's see if the people and the government in El Salvador will be happy in the future or not. Deutsche Bank has announced to fire 9,000 employees, and they will close many stores here in Germany and worldwide, which means many people will lose their job. That was really bad news. That were really bad news in the last weeks. And we will have a look in this video of the share of the stock and the impact of those bad news. Look at the chart. We are going up. So basically we can say, this is a kind of ethical problem. No one cares about the people. Yeah, I know. But if you're looking for ethic, then you should not do trading, because trading means I want to make money. The money you win another has to lose. So it's really simple, this project. So therefore we have to look from trend following perspective about the trade, about the stock of Deutsche Bank, for example. So we are trend followers. We want to know what we can do on the right edge of the chart as a trend follower. So this trend starts in August last year. So let me change my color. So actually in August last year we start with a trend, with the first move, first trend arm, second one, third one, number 4 and number 5. So that's the last high point. And that's the last correction point. So the trend will break around about $18. And we have the point 2 at around about 23 euros, for example, not dollars, euros. So which means the trend is not really that young. Yeah, the best entry was run about in November last year at this price level. That was the second trend arm, and that was a perfect one. So the stop loss is run about here at $18. So the trend follower, without knowing what happens, by the way, about the bad news, had an entry in November last year already and is happy about the profit right now. So can we make an entry again? I would say it's a little bit too late. So first of all, we want to trade out of the correction, which means an entry has to be here around about 21 euros. So it's a little bit too late because especially today when we make this video, we are going to break out above the last point 2. So the only thing what you can do is here maybe to follow the move. But if we will see a false breakout, you should cut the order or should go out and say, I was not wrong, but it was not the perfect time. Yeah. So this is about Deutsche Bank. For trend follower would say it's a little bit too late, but what you can do maybe is a movement trade with the Deutsche Bank. So you see, trend following is not really that simple, but I understand not everybody can be a full-time trader or has that much time. So I have a big news for you. We do the signals for you in day trading, for example, and the signals are completely free for you. There is a free know-how signal service I want to announce in this English video. The only thing is you have to open an account with one of our partners, yeah, and prop trading or your own money, and you get our signals for free. Round about 3 until 5 signals a day, many signals a week. You just have to check your phone and can do it with one of our partners. I hope we will see there and we will be successful together. And as always, have courage and be kind. And may the force of the logic be with you, cause this is the way.